These side skirts ended up coming out really good, and I can't wait to show it to you guys at the end of the video. Right here behind me, I have a pair of side skirts from AeroFlow Dynamics. Today, I'm going to be doing a quick install. I believe these fit any 10th gen Civic, hatch, or sedan. Should be relatively simple. Really quick overview. These are aluminum and they are painted in a gloss black, which is one of the main reasons I went with this product over the other ones. I wanted something that wasn't plastic, and the gloss black actually matches the accents on the car a lot better. So they do provide you with self-tapping screws. Really, the most secure way to do this would be to take the rocker off, put a nut and bolt through it. But I haven't heard of any issues with the self-tappers, so we're just gonna go with that. Also wanted to mention, these do come pre-drilled. Makes it super easy. Just get the screw, get a drill, and it should just go straight into the rocker. All right, I now have the car jacked up on the secondary jacks. Obviously, not everyone is going to have access to a lift, but you could just as easily do this on the ground if you jack the car up. But having a lift is gonna allow me to get you guys a lot better of an angle. First thing you're gonna do is you have to remove your mud flaps if you have mud flaps in the front. This is kind of an issue for me because, well, you can see how many rock chips are already all over, and even all the way back here. This isn't dirt, those are all chips. But there's not much I can do. I thought about maybe cutting a hole somewhere and putting the side skirt through there, or maybe trimming the skirt itself, but I think I'm just gonna end up removing the mud flap as you should. Really simple, just 3 screws. Third one is hidden on the inside right there. So I'll get that off really quick. Like I said, 3 screws, comes right off. I'm sure most of you are going to notice that you also have a lot of grime from behind the mud flap. So just get a wet microfiber, something like that. Wipe that off. And then I'm gonna reinstall the 3 screws back where they used to go. All right, mud flaps are removed. Next obstacle you're going to notice under here is this weird flap. And more importantly, the hardware is a very strange, looks like, I guess, a one-time use rivet. So the only way to get rid of this is going to be to drill it out. So I have a drill right here. I have a bunch of drill bits. Same way you would remove, say, a stripped screw. Just drill the head of it off, rip it off. Yeah, so like I said, super simple. Started to drill it, gave it a pull, and it just popped right off. So I have one more to remove there, and then obviously repeat all of this on the other side. Now, I'm not sure if this applies to everyone, but there was this strange sort of residue right here. Just scraped it off, no problem. So now this whole underside is completely smooth and is ready for install. All right, so I've got everything mocked up. The best approach I found was to use a jack in the center and then masking tape at the ends. And what I would do is I would look at it from the side, see if I like it. If not, take off the tape, slide it, readjust it. I want to make sure it's exactly where I want it before I start drilling, because it's obviously pretty permanent. But use measuring tape, check the gaps here, made sure everything is exactly where I want it. So now that it's all taped up, only thing to do from here is to actually start drilling. Passenger side is on, feels pretty solid. Don't think it's going anywhere. Couple things I wanted to point out. Originally, I thought these were 7mm. It's actually 1/4 inch, which is kind of an odd size, but whatever. So this is in. Coming around to the driver's side, the biggest thing you want to watch for is just make sure they're even on both sides. So just measure the gap Make sure they look symmetrical. Just make sure everything's even before you start drilling. And here's the final product. It's subtle, but it makes a difference. It's definitely noticeable. I would take it outside and get some good pictures, but it's too dark. So I'll pick it up tomorrow morning. It is now the next day. It is freezing. It is extremely windy. So I'm recording in the car so you can actually hear me. But side skirts look great. I'm just gonna cut straight to the montage right now. Overall, I really like the design. It has that same width and aggressive fin design as the front splitter, and it fits it really well. The only thing that I think it's missing now is a diffuser, which I am working on. Has to be measured, completely custom, because there's nothing that'll fit off the shelf right now. And I want something that I can make to my preference and that I can actually make functional, because I want to make sure it covers the underside. I want to make sure it has the right angle. I'll make a whole video on that eventually when I get to it. But like I said earlier, pretty simple. I hope it was helpful for anyone that is installing the same skirts. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I have a pair of side skirts from AeroFlow. What was I about to say?
Could you elaborate on how your money's getting lost?
Today I'm going to do